So my project was an automated delivery vehicle designed to follow along with an assembly line and be able to make stops at certain points on the assembly line. Workers could, or robots could draw parts off, and then it needs to be able to return back to its original loading spot. Kind of accidentally stumbled into a project where I could use the test bed chassis for the vehicle, so the build wasn't super complicated. The three big things as far as inputs are, it's designed to have an emergency shutoff using the ultrasonic sensor at distance rangefinder. So if it comes within 20 inches of a person or wall or equipment or whatever, and wasn't able to get that to do what it was supposed to do in the program. So it's in there, but it just doesn't work. The other two things that are in there are a potentiometer. It's supposed to be set up so that the distance that it moves is based off the input from the pot. And then the way that the program eventually went to get that to work the way that I wanted it to was I used the push button to start it to go. And it kind of accidentally fell into the situation, I think, where maybe that might be a good fail-safe for if it's a human operator, you know, not only moving the pot, but then having to press the button and make the thing move. So it's a little extra level of safety. Because I think we killed every employee we had in the factory when we were testing this program. So as far as the way that I set up the plan, the pseudocode was the first line there is to use the sensor for 20 inches cushion from an object or person, and then set up 3 different readings on potentiometer, to move forward 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and then the final reading would be to be able to move it back. So it's not very customizable, and it's kind of locked into whatever this assembly line would be. If there's 3 workstations, it would go to those 3 places and then back, and that'd be it. The other recommendation that we had that was the build part of it was to go ahead and make a paddle for operation, so the push button's on there, potentiometer's on there, so a human operator would be able to just walk around with the paddle and have this vehicle aside to them. Other than that, it's the basic test bed, sensors on the front. Again, not the issue that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to operate. The code itself, if I was a little bit faster at coding, this would be a lot more elegant. So the first line is the code for the sensor. Greater than 20 feet it will operate, less than 20 feet it won't. And I went ahead and set the first setting on the potentiometer anywhere between 0 and 2,000. I set some different speeds in there, mostly because I was trying to test my way through to make sure it was operating the way it was supposed to at each stop. And eventually that kind of made some sense. As each distance travels a little bit further, the machine can go a little bit faster and maybe keep up with the human operators in the assembly line. So again, something I stumbled into accidentally. So we started off with going slowly the first stop. And I set it to go until the encoder went to 550, which was 12 inches. It was a 1 and 1.73 high or so. And then to stop the motor after that. There's a better way to do this, I know. It kept infinite loop, right? So I wanted to have a way for it to not go back to the start of the if statement. And so I just said, all right, the potentiometer's not greater than 2,000 at this point, but stop, and then the operator could go ahead and move it again, potentiometer, and then hit the button to move to the next workstation. So then if it's between 2,000 and 3,000 on the pot, push the button. Now we move a little bit faster to go the 2 feet. That was the 1100 on the encoder. Again, that's where I want to put in the proportional loop control to be able to have it, slow down when it got to the end of that distance at 2 feet. And again, setting it to stop until pot input is over 3,000, and then same story, different day. On the last one, a little bit farther until it goes to 4,000, and then the final input should be a push button that will take it back to 6 feet. So the 2 big things in looking at cleaning up code from my own standpoint is definitely the proportional control that we put in there, and all 3 of those I think probably could have been done as a function then, and wrote that once and called it 3 times. And then as far as the thing actually operates, we'll find out, I guess. It's been tested on the table, it's not been tested moving forward. well, he's gonna take the rest of the afternoon off, it looks like. So there we are.
Did you turn off and turn back on?
Let's do that one more time. You're buzzing. Yeah, baby.
All right, let's give it a shot. All right.
Oh, that's bad.
I think you're going too far on your control.
Yeah, we'll give that one more shot.